that we don't have capacity to build on our own. So I've been like as you teach us. I said, you man, you come and we try and see. But if you see what is here, I think it means police, Musei, has capacity if you support us to build our own structures. Now, as I kind of conclude, recently, Musei, you may have heard, and I know you handled, we had some few mafias who wanted to steal our land somewhere down here. You know, some people are very courageous. So I asked them, if you can steal land for CID, then whom else am I going to protect? So I put all the patrol cars on standby. I was ready to really. Now, along the way, Musei, you came in. I want to report to you, Musei, the Honorable Minister of Internal Affairs, Afando Tafire, has solved this problem once and for all and made it clear that this is police land. Afando Tafire, I thank you. So this matter, Musei, is sorted now with my elders. We are now okay. So we are now ready to move. Now, the last one, you guided us that we can't work alone. Musei, you can see. This is a testimony that all the key actors are here. So we are trying to reach out to build synergies to make sure we can do our mandate. Now, Your Excellency, arising out of all that, we have started doing some work. I can tell you, Musei, these days when we invite people here, they are not sure of going back home, because we have gradually improved our investigation capacity. And when we call you, many times we are almost done with our investigations. So it's very rare to call people and then okukonesa, you know, come, go back. So by the time we call you with my twin there, we have almost done your file. That's why you hear sometimes, are they on us? No, we are there, but making sure by the time we call you, you may not leave this place. So Musei, we are going to go for this task. Indeed, the criminal justice system begins here. When we fail, the DPP has nothing to take to court. The judge has no basis to administer justice. And as a result, my elder, the Commissioner General, will have a problem there. So the reforming of CID, which you have guided us, is likely to generate an improvement in the entire criminal justice system. And we believe these reforms will serve Uganda for the next 20 years or so. Now, Musei, on the ongoing tasks, the DPP, I'm sure will comment more about the investigations, briefly, those which are keeping us busy right now. But as I said, I would be lying to you, Musei, that we also have elements within the criminal networks who are now taking a habit of intimidating, threatening our officers. Sometimes they even go for blackmail. So as we fight these people, Musei, we wanted you to know that challenge. A lot of interference, a lot of phone calls, a lot of threatening. But as you always guided us, we are going to fight this little war. You fought yours in Luero. This one, I think our generation will fight. And we want to assure you, Musei, there will be some impact. Now, I want to conclude my remarks, Musei, by requesting for one or two things from you. We have been trying to improve on the process of getting this crime data in time and utilize it to guide decision making. So we want to request you to support us to put up a crime data analysis center, because CID, as you know, is the one which produces the annual crime report. We are the ones who are supposed to provide all of you quick and timely information on crime. I have the land, Musei, as the Honorable Minister asserted me. So I would really want you to help me on that. You come in and we see how we can quickly do this. And now the last request, Mzee, I have land here. This place, we have been here since 1930s. We used to have a training school here. I say used because the structures now are all gone. So Mzee, that's the last area I would request you. Because now that we have trained generally, we realize we need now to start specialized courses. You are homicide detectives, come here, we teach you as you work. So that in the process, Mzee, we can be able to have better quality. Those are my two requests. Now, the above, together with the other wider interventions which the Minister and IGP are handling, I'm sure will enhance our capacity to handle our mandate. As I conclude, Your Excellency, let me particularly thank you for being there for us. Mzee, we shall not disappoint you. I want to thank the Honorable Minister and your team for that support. We still demand more from you as our elders, but at least we see some direct support which is coming to us. I want to thank my twin. Mzee, I found a twin here in the course of my work. Justice Jane Francis Abodo has been one of our strongest pillars for us to do what you see us doing. Even in organizing this, because apparently the Constitution, the Constitution demands that DPP guides my investigations. So I realized early enough that by keeping her far, then we are in trouble. So I want to thank her and the team. I want to thank the colleagues in the other MDAs, right from the IGG, all these colleagues, State House Anti-Corruption, the Health, all of you, the way they have. We really are happy to have you here, and we are ready to work with you. The JALOS sector, I've seen they are represented here. Thank you. And lastly, I want to thank
a land matter. We should stop using cases of criminal trespass to prove ownership of land, because it is not possible to prove ownership using criminal trespass. The only way you can, the only thing that will end up there is for orders of imprisonment. To develop a checklist for cases which are being for you to check on what decision you should take as far as criminal land matters are concerned in the criminal system. I would also encourage you to, as prosecutors, as investigators, to divert land matters. Explore alternative methods of matter which can be handled as a civil matter. You can divert it to either now the judiciary is developing alternative dispute resolution as a mechanism, as one of the mainstream mechanisms, and criminal in nature. Litigants and complainants may be motivated for various reasons to criminalize civil disputes. The reverse is also true. It therefore falls to the investigating officer and the prosecutor at the very outset to determine what the nature of the matter is.
Criminal trespass, and quickly we sanction the charges, the police go, throw someone in the cells, students, an assignment to actually do a research for us. First, just to give us what is the land crime, so that we can define that will help us come up with the statistics. I have also noted a version where he ought to raise, and they say what? They say this was a murder case, we have had a prosecution saying so and so was murdered. But it is very important that we are told how to tell the line. So the Honorable Attorney General, please come and take us.
So the issue we are dealing with is a Human Rights Enforcement Act.
General of Prisons, the Deputy Inspector General of Police, heads and executive directors of government agencies, heads, the Fourth Estate, distinguished dignitaries in all your various capacities, you are all. May I introduce the guests in this meeting? In our midst, we have Honorable General Kahinda Otafire, the Minister of Internal Affairs. We have Ms. Mariam Fauzat Wangatia, the Chairperson, Uganda Human Rights Commission. We have in our midst the Inspector General of Police, Abbas Vyakagaba.
Allow me to welcome you, Your Excellency, to CID headquarters. I've been trying to check, Your Excellency, the last time you were here, but I've yet to get an answer from the elders. Maybe when you were Akulira, I don't know, but you will tell us, Your Excellency. So for us, because of that, Your Excellency, it is extremely humbling that Mzee, you have found time to also come and sit here and at the headquarters of the Criminal Investigations Directorate. Despite your busy schedule, Your Excellency, the Director, Public Prosecution, and I, when this idea came up, we looked around for the elder who was more placed to come and talk to us about the linkage of our work and the strategic security and prosperity of our people. So we are extremely humbled, Your Excellency, that you have accepted to come, and we look forward to that presentation where you will try to link us into the wheels of development of this country. Now, however, before I say a few things on the part of CID, before you came in, Your Excellency, we had a very good presentation from the Attorney General. For the last 2 days, we have been discussing a lot of legal gaps we have in doing our work. I think at some stage, Your Excellency, you will have to come in. I'm happy, I was very, very happy I kept clapping, because all the problems I have in handling criminals in this country, I think the Attorney General has today given me a hand. I can go and sleep. Because there are many, many hurdles there. Everybody you try to go for, they run around, then they frustrate us. And so I want to report to you, Your Excellency, at some stage, I'm sure if those proposals come through, some people are going to worry this country. Now, on the part of CID, Your Excellency, I want to thank you, Mzee, for the guidance and support you have continuously given us. We don't take it for granted. I recall when you appointed me to come here 2 years, I think, and about 5 months ago, it was not very easy, Your Excellency, for me. I want to be honest. It was a bit of a new territory, considering that I had spent 20 years in another sector, and there was a lot of skepticism. But Your Excellency, I want to tell you before these people that I have found some good police officers. Yes, Mzee, bado kuna wachache wako huko wategaji, wengine wanatoa pesa kwa wananchi, but we shall do this, we shall address these things. I don't want to lie to you that we are now perfect. But overall, I'm starting to see a very solid team, and that's why we have slowly started contributing to the transformation of this country. Go and focus on the mindset change. Try to build a critical mass in CID that understands the country's direction, and then we can be able to have transformation. Your Excellency, I'm very happy that in the last 2 years or so, you have supported the training of 450 officers. And I want to request those CID officers, if you are those who have gone through these courses, to stand up for recognition. For you, Musei, to see how much support you have done for us. All these people have gone back to class. And the more special, Musei, despite your schedule, every group which would pass out, you always found time in State House. First of all, some had never reached State House. So we would reach there, you know, that, first of all, that confidence that they are finally recognized. Musei, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. Now, the first intake was tough. The one you supported us to take to Kaseni, the SFC Command School. I recall after we had generated a list of all the top managers, my deputies, and that message came out. My former boss, the IGP, called me and said, Magambo, I think you have a problem. I said, why? He said, how can you take everyone to Kaseni, moreover Kaseni SFC? I said, but Musei, we would rather sit for about 2 months, but spend time to plan on what is terribly wrong with CID. I want to say, Musei, that was the best decision you made. The generation of the deputies I have, and I want to ask my deputies, they are just 4, to stand up. The seniorest now is Senior Commissioner of Police, Chelimo Biata. That one is my 2C. She was in that intake of Kaseni. When we came back, they have been at the heart of this change you see here. I don't know where the other 2 are. Odong Mark, the Assistant Commissioner of Police there in charge of economic crimes and anti-corruption. And then I have Commissioner of Police Lydia Cantono. Musei, if you remember the case of Joan Kagezi, she led that investigation, the connection. So you can see the generation of the leaders whom you talked to in the first batch of Kaseni. So we want to thank you, and we shall continue on that line as you guided. Now, briefly, the other area, of course, when we would train, we embarked on placing the right people in the right jobs. This has been tough, but with the support of the IGP and the police leadership, we have continuously aligned these people to make sure we have the right people in the right jobs. There is still work to do, but Musei, we are moving. But in that process of moving people, we also found another challenge. You'd find a police officer has been in one police station for 18 years. Wow. So we have been correcting that, Musei, because somehow they got intertwined within the criminal networks, and it became very hard to actually investigate anything. But I'm glad, Your Excellency, that we have moved on that second area. Now, the third area, Musei, as you are well aware, criminals have moved their activities to the cyberspace. While we continue to utilize the human intelligence and the sources, we need the force multipliers to handle this trend. This also relates to digitalization, building capacity, some tapping on the databases, so that we can quicken on our investigations. Musei, we shall need more support in this area to cope with the changing trend of crime. Now, the fourth And second last area, Mzee, you guided was on the working environment and the personnel morale. In this area, Mzee, we have seen you in the last 2 years promote a number of personnel in police. But I will talk about CID, and IGP will talk about the bigger force, I think. In CID alone, in the last 2 years, Mzee, some of these people had stayed for 12 years without moving a rank. And I want to thank the minister, the Honorable Minister and the police. I remember he came here and said, we are going to promote CID people. I will not sign that document if CID is not there. Afando Tafire, thank you very much. And all those who have been promoted, can you stand up quickly for Mzee, just to see that I'm not telling lies. Mzee, you have promoted all those commanders of CID. So there is testimony on what you guided us and what actually has happened. Now, allow me, Mzee, to thank the Inspector General of Police and the Deputy Inspector General of Police for supporting us to improve the working environment here. I'm sure many of our invited guests, they are surprised about this place. We have been working to make ourselves part of the society. I know my elder sister Kajina there is smiling because the first time she had the case to handle, she came here and we moved around and she said, but Tom, how can we be like this? So I want to thank you for having come out to support us to improve where our officers work. We are proud. At some point, Mzee, I was worried during these 2 big conferences whether we were not going to be evicted from here by KCCA, because I think we were not fit to be part of the city. But now, I think we are beginning to overtake even some of our neighbors. So I want to thank KCCA for tolerating us, supporting us, but also, on that note, thank the director, my brother, the acting director of logistics,